Hi guys, and welcome to Zep Collector 98, and today I have a really exciting video for you. And that video is going to be me harvesting this homegrown pineapple. So I've kept this really secret from my viewers because I really wanted to make it exciting for you guys. It's not normal that you see a pineapple growing in the state of Wisconsin. It's a really cold climate here, and I was very fortunate enough to get it to actually fruit for me. Let alone turn pretty ripe like this. As you can see, it's really starting to die. The pineapple plant actually dies once the fruit is almost ready to be harvested. Let me see if I can get it zoomed in here. So, right on the end here where the core is attached to the stem, the plant is really leaning over and the stem itself is pretty dried up and brown. So I think this plant is ready to be harvested of its fruit, and I will be doing that. But I want to give a little bit of a background on this plant here. This is a really special plant to me. This is what started my whole gardening and fruit trying hobby, if you will. I bought this plant 8 to 10 years ago. I was at a nursery with my parents, and there was an Easter egg hunt that we would go to every year. And this pineapple plant was sitting on a shelf, and there was a golden pineapple growing right out of it. And I thought it was the coolest thing ever. Just seeing that, wow, something so tropical is growing in a really cold climate like Wisconsin. I just had to buy it. So, 8 to 10 years ago, and now it's finally starting to fruit, and it's ready to be harvested. The trick that I did was put an apple core in the center, and I've tried this multiple times, and it never worked, except for this time. So I guess it was just ready to go, and, I'll be starting anew now because I'll be growing the top, and the cycle starts over again with this. So I have a shears right here. I will be cutting the top off, and I'll show you guys. So this is a dwarf pineapple plant, by the way. So it's not a pineapple that you'd buy in the store, so it's going to be much smaller. And there we go. So, I apologize for the video not focusing all the time. Let me just set this heavy plant down on the ground. Here we go. This is the pineapple, guys. Right here. Let me show you what I was talking about earlier. So see how the stem's kind of separating away, so I think it was ripe enough for me to harvest. There's a little bit of green on it still, but you know what? It's really golden at the top. Man, it just smells amazing too. Something you buy in the store, it would never smell this great. Man, that's incredible. When I was in Hawaii, the pineapples were just as good as this one might be. It smelled great too. So I'll return back and I'll have this cut up for you guys and see you in a little bit. Alright everyone, I'm back with the freshly prepared pineapple right here. So I've got, a decent amount, maybe a cup to a cup and a half worth of fruit, which is alright for 8 years of work, but it's pretty great. I think it'll taste really good. Before I start, I'd like to make note that when I tried the first pineapple 8 years ago, the core was really completely edible. It wasn't tough at all, so I have a feeling this one will be the same. And here's the top that I pulled off. Just twist it off nice and clean. I'll probably cut off that extra bit of flesh there. Stick it in some water and roots will start showing up in no time. And this is a really healthy top, so it should take root pretty well. It's a really spiky one too, so I had to wear gloves to pull it off. Anyways, let's go in for it. Here it is. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's definitely not as sweet as the other one. Then again, I grew it half the time inside and half the time out in the greenhouse. And when the time this pineapple was ripening, it was inside, so it didn't really get any of that real sunlight. It was growing under an artificial light. On the other hand, it's really got a nice pineapple taste to it. Definitely really acidic and juicy as well. That's always a good thing. Yeah, that core is actually really soft, so I was pretty right. It's a little bit more fibrous than I'd expect. But you know, for growing in Wisconsin in a container, it's pretty good. I'm very satisfied with it. 8 years of work for a little fruit. It's a little long, but it's definitely patience and it pays off in the end. I hope you guys appreciated this video.